No one is above the law.
No one is above the law.
Nobody is above the law.
No one is above the law.
No one is above the law.
Nobody is above the law.
No one 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 is above the law.
Oh, son of a bitch.
I'm calling for a constitutional amendment called No One is Above the Law Amendment. Each of us is equal before the law. No one is above the law. The American principle that no one is above the law was reaffirmed. Those responsible can be held accountable. In my administration, no one is above the law.
As we sit here in Normandy, your son Hunter is on trial, and I know that you cannot speak about an ongoing federal prosecution. But let me ask you, will you accept the jury's outcome, their verdict, no matter what it is?
Yes.
And have you ruled out a pardon for your son?
Yes.
Amazing.
Hey, yo, is anybody surprised by this? That in 2024, we live in a two-tier justice system. As long as you are an elite, meaning that you are a politician of some sort or you are associated with Hollywood of some sort, then you are protected. All right, and we constantly seeing this. Now Hunter Biden, Joe Biden's crackhead son, being pardoned from serving his time. And I want to know if any regular person was convicted of these crimes, tax evasions, filling out the wrong type of paperwork when it comes to firearms, especially living in some of these places. You think that we're going to be given this type of leniency? Or you think that they would try to have us rot in prison? Everything that they have said that they were afraid of President Trump doing when he became president or if he gets reelected, Joe Biden has done it throughout his 4-year term. And thank God we don't have to live through another 4 years. Now, this is going to be President Biden's statement on pardoning Hunter Biden. If it's your first time, welcome. Other than that, welcome back. Still on the road to 1,000 subscribers by New Year's Eve. So if you enjoy the content over here, I appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button, drop a like, and join in on the conversation with a comment. Thanksgiving was just last week, and we had a lot to be thankful for. I hope that everybody got to spend time with loved ones without too much drama. Just with good food and good energy. And in that same thing, I mean, we had President Biden here saying that, hey, he wants to give back. And you know how he decides to give back? He decides to give back them verdicts handed down to Hunter Biden and give him a full pardon. The charges in his cases came about only after several of my political opponents in Congress instigated them to attack me and oppose my election.
Oh, son of a bitch.
What have they done to President Trump since Biden got into the White House? They have been attacking him nonstop. Fonnie Willis, Letitia James, Alvin Bragg. Now we even got politicians sitting in office saying that as Trump's administration tries to come in and deport these illegals, that they are not going to be working with them. What about the people that were around Trump, that were in prison, almost like political hostages? Now, I'm not saying that they were probably innocent of everything, but would they have even been investigated had they not have been associated with Donald Trump? Roger Stone, Mike Flynn, Paul Manafort, Steve Bannon, these people that were persecuted, sent to prison. For what? So just the same way that they say Hunter Biden's being investigated because he's associated with Joe Biden, the same thing was done to them. When they say all over the mainstream media, oh, Trump's going to go after his political opponents, anybody that opposes him, what have they done? They've got look at what they're doing now with people that Trump is trying to get nominated into his cabinet. They are going as far back as they could find. The same thing that they did with Kavanaugh. Then a carefully negotiated plea deal agreed to by the DOJ unraveled in the courtroom, with a number of my political opponents in Congress taking credit for bringing political pressure on the process. Had the plea deal held, it would have been a fair, reasonable resolution of Hunter's case. The plea deal fell apart because the judge saw problems with the terms of service. It had nothing to do with people in Congress. It was a federal judge. No reasonable person who looks at the facts of Hunter's case can reach any other conclusion than Hunter was singled out only because he is my son, and that is wrong. When they came after President Trump's family, remember they raided Mar-a-Lago. They've brought his sons in front of Congress countless times to where Don Jr. even says he doesn't want to be a part of the government. But poor Hunter Biden, right? I don't know how strong these Bidens are. I don't know what kind of pull they have, but they have some ultimate power in this country. When they could get rid of the whole Hunter Biden laptop story in 2020 around the election, they could make that just disappear. Okay, and then all the information slowly comes out that it was true. Okay, and that all these various outlets suppressed the story and what was on those laptops. And then going back to 2014 when Hunter was employed by Burisma in Ukraine, okay, 10 for the big guy, allegedly, President Biden and Hunter Biden got sheltered by the media. All right, that story went swept under the rugs. You were called crazy if you tried to say anything about it. Okay, we shelter President Biden. Okay, he's a dementia patient, shouldn't even be in the White House. Has had help every step of the way. And then we got Hunter Biden over here. What is he? Is he a 20-year-old? Is he a 15-year-old where, okay, he made a mistake and now they're targeting him? No, this man is 50 plus years old. At one point in his life was a lawyer. Also was messing around with his dead brother's wife at some point, allegedly.
Directly, and he has said he wouldn't pardon his son if he gets convicted.
Let's wait to see what happens if he loses.
Yeah, but he said it.
He's going to get pardoned by his dad. There's no question about that.
The president has ruled out pardoning his son.
Our current president of the United States has so much respect for the law that he has said he would not pardon his son. I mean, what... Yeah. You know, again, it's all about the contrast.
President Biden saying, I will respect whatever this jury decides, versus Donald Trump after he was convicted on 34 counts, saying the entire system is rigged against him.
Their latest attack has been that Joe Biden has politicized and weaponized the DOJ, right? That was the whole argument around Donald Trump's conviction. And this week, of course, Hunter Biden was found guilty. And Joe Biden has very clearly said he would not pardon his son. He would not commute his sentence. How stark is this difference? I mean, how can Republicans keep making this argument now that Joe Biden has really put it out there?
For my entire career, I have followed a simple principle. Just tell the American people the truth. They'll be fair-minded. Here's the truth. I believe in the justice system, but as I have wrestled with this, I also believe raw politics has infected this process, and it led to a miscarriage of justice. Why? Because he got found guilty? Because your pull didn't work? Because all of you couldn't pay people or something? And once I made this decision this weekend, there was no sense of delaying it further. I hope Americans will understand why a father and a president would come to this decision. Now, this is setting a crazy precedent because now we've taken that Hunter Biden broke the law. Okay, he broke the law by evading taxes. They sent Wesley Snipes to prison for that. Fat Joe went to prison for that. But Hunter Biden gets to walk free? And then gun charges, I guarantee you, if somebody goes in and lies on one of these slips or one of these forms, especially in a state like a Delaware, a California, a New York, a Massachusetts, you're going to have to face some time.
Oh, son of a bitch.
I guess that the American people should understand why a father and a president will come to this decision. Clearly nepotism. Okay, it doesn't matter about the criminal system. It doesn't matter that he broke the law. It doesn't matter that he has to answer to it. No. That's just for the regular people. The elites don't have to worry about that. And you always see it time and time again. They get off. And that shit is such bullshit as an American citizen who pays into the system. You play by the rules just to see these people get to do whatever the hell they want to do. And they go by unchecked. And for decades, this is not nothing new. Okay, you could go back. And I guarantee you, this is why I know Trump, they don't have anything. Because if they had something on the man, they would have thrown him in prison a long time ago. If they had something on his kids or something, you see how they found something on his friends or on his associates. And they threw their asses in prison. But for Hunter Biden, for those offenses against the United States, which he has committed or may have committed or taken part in during the period from January 1st, 2014 through December 1st, 2024. So we're going back 10 years, including but not limited to all offenses charged or prosecuted, including any that have resulted in convictions. So I don't know. I'm not the best at all of the legal talk, but it looks like if they're going back 10 years and anything that Hunter Biden that comes up that he could have been associated with, he's going to be pardoned from. And like I said, Burisma, that's back to 2014, I believe. So all of that will be wiped away? Yo, this is crazy, bro. One of the craziest things in all of this is how much the mainstream media, did what they usually do. They said President Biden's not going to pardon him. He would never do that. Karine Jean-Pierre, every day. They wouldn't do that.
From a presidential perspective, is there any possibility that the president would end up pardoning his son?
No. I just said no. I just answered. Go ahead.
First briefing since Hunter was indicted again in Los Angeles. Why doesn't President Biden just pardon him?
President, I've been very clear. The president's not going to pardon his
And
son.
one more.
His son, Hunter, is also up for being sentenced next month. Does the president have any intention of pardoning him?
We've been asked that question multiple times. Our answer stands, which is no.
President Biden says that he's not going to pardon his son, Hunter. Is he going to ask Donald Trump to do that?
I don't have anything else to share about that. I'm not going to go down a rabbit hole on this. I've been very clear. The president's been very clear when we've been asked this question.
Dr. Biden, what changed on the pardon for Hunter?
I appreciate you sticking around this long in the video. And in closing, President Biden posted to his X account, "No one is above the law." And you see the community notes right there, because apparently the Biden family is above the law. All right, apparently there's a bunch of elite families. I don't know if it's a bloodline. I don't know what it is, a sorority, a fraternity, a group, what it is. But they get away with breaking the law. All right, you and I can't do that. Alec Baldwin deleted a woman on a set, and he's out here walking free. But if that had happened to a regular person, come on, bro. I believe it was last year, a white substance was found in the White House, a powdery substance somewhere. And up to now, we still don't know how it got there, who brought it in there. Never mind, you have to sign in and out when you're going into the White House. You have to have appointments days, if not weeks, prior to you showing up. But it's rules for thee, but not for me when it comes to them. And as a regular citizen, I'm tired of that shit. If President Trump wants to, on the first or second day, release the protesters, whatever you want to call them, I don't even care. Okay, because these people I've seen going after this man since 2016. And if they could have gotten him arrested on something, they would have. And you see that as soon as he became the president, all of these judges are deciding to drop the charges, dismiss the cases. Jack Smith dismissed the case that he had brewing up. Yo, it's all just a game. The biggest winner here is not President Biden, but it's Hunter Biden. He got whatever he was associated with for the last 10 years essentially wiped out. He's pardoned. All right, so whatever comes about, there's nothing there. And the big guy got his 10% and then eventually went on to become the president. So in all, the Biden name is forever going to be revered in American history. Never has there been a sitting president that pardons his own kid. Like, can you not tell on optics alone that this looks terrible? But I think President Biden might go down as the worst president in American U.S. history. All right, but either way, I'm interested to know whatever you're thinking in the comments section. Till the next video, y'all be safe and stay wavy.
Repetition is the father of learning.